All right, guys. So if you're new to this channel, I am Poe Theory. So I know it's pretty taboo to say that I'm struggling to vote for Biden this year.
You need to leave.
I voted for Biden in 2020, not because I believed in him, but more so it was a vote against Trump. And I'm sure I'm probably going to get a lot of hate on this video with people accusing me of wanting Trump or why are you criticizing Joe Biden? You shouldn't be criticizing him, especially when the other side is this. That argument never works on me, so you can just cut it. But if you'd like to have that argument, you can have that argument in the comment section. Maybe I'll respond, maybe I won't. I just can't believe with a country of 300 and something odd million people that our two options are Joe Biden and Donald Trump all over again. Is there no one else that this country can offer us? Last time I checked, Biden said that he would just do one term and then obviously pass the mantle over to someone else. And obviously that's not happening. Throughout his presidency, I've been extremely frustrated with a lot of promises not coming to fruition. Don't get me wrong, he has accomplished a lot, especially when it comes to labor movements.
You know, there are a lot of politicians in this country who don't know how to say the word union. They talk about labor, they don't say union. It's union. I'm one of them. I'm proud to say union. I'm proud to be the most pro-union president, according to the experts about in American history.
I think he was like one of the first presidents in quite a while that actually went to a union protest, which was a huge deal of the labor movement. So I can give him credit for that. There were a lot of campaign promises that he just did not follow through with. For instance, he was supposed to raise the minimum wage to $15.
It's time we had a $15 an hour minimum wage so families can earn a living and get ahead. As president, I'll make sure we get it done. I approve this message, and I can't do without you. So join me.
That did not happen. He used an ancillary rule about the parliamentarian, which made no sense, which he could have easily circumvented that process and gotten that done. Instead, we still have not been able to pass the George Floyd Policing Act. Basically, in his campaign, he said, if you want the George Floyd Policing Act to be passed, then you need to elect myself and Kamala. That bill has not been passed. Roe versus Wade was overturned under Biden. Now, Biden has been in politics longer than I've been alive, and the Democrats have had control of the Congress and the White House, and they have, throughout the years, refused to codify it, and then now we end up here. I don't want to drag Biden all the way down, so I will give him props for putting Ketanji Brown Jackson on the Supreme Court. First Black woman on the Supreme Court, an amazing thing to see, so I will give him props for that. Another big one for me was that he said that he would get AR-15s off the street, and he has definitely fallen short of that, even though under him, he has gotten the most comprehensive gun legislation passed that was actually bipartisan, but it falls extremely short of getting AR-15s off the street. If I'm not mistaken, he could have done that with an executive order as George Bush had done in his presidency. And let's not even talk about immigration. Biden said that he would restore moral standing when it came to our immigration process, have more compassion, and understand that people are fleeing to have a better life and not just trying to bring drugs over the border, only to continue Trump-era immigration policies, some of which were the most vile and inhumane policies that all Democrats and people on the left had so much to say when Trump was doing, but now Biden is in office, no one has anything to say. He's pushing the most right-wing immigration bill, basically giving all the goodies that the Republicans want, and the only reason it has not passed is because they don't want to give Biden a win. That's the only reason it hasn't passed. But the Democrats are proposing this. But they had so much to say when it was Trump doing these things. Like, the hypocrisy is crazy to me. My tipping point when it really came to me actually questioning whether or not I would vote for Biden, I would have to say it would have to be Gaza and what's happening there. Unfortunately, I live in Georgia. I've been in Georgia for about 2 years now. I was in New York prior to this. And honestly, if I were in New York, I would be voting third party. But because I'm in Georgia and I understand Georgia is a swing state, I literally have to vote for Biden. And I really don't want to. There is something to be said about the callous nature and just the lack of empathy for what the Palestinians are going through. We are nearing 40,000 innocent women and children being murdered in Palestine. I am so tired of the leaks from his administration. Oh, Biden is so saddened, and he's, really laying the pressure to Netanyahu. He's really telling them, hey, man, you got to chill. It's like the administration is talking out of both sides of their mouth. On one hand, Biden is extremely upset with Netanyahu and Israel and how they are, bombing Gaza. And he's disheartened by all of these things. But then we're consistently sending them funding, weapons, to the tune of 10 times what we normally give them on a yearly basis. I mean, they're calling him Genocide Joe now. And do you remember previously when I said how he wanted to use an ancillary rule regarding the parliamentarian when it came to the $15 minimum wage? He wanted to follow those rules. But now when it comes to funding Israel, that is when it's okay to circumvent Congress and send them as many weapons without any type of conditions, sending them our tax dollars, which essentially gives them more room to kill innocent children and women. We were told that if Trump got in office, he would start World War III. Trump isn't in office. And Iran just implemented a retaliatory attack against Israel. Israel, who is our biggest ally in the Middle East, attacked an Iranian embassy and killed Iranians. And now, as of 2 to 3 days ago, Iran, in a retaliatory attack, them defending themselves in the same way that we say Israel has a right to defend themselves, launched an attack on Israel. Do we understand the implications of what's happening right now? We are living in a time where a major war looks like it's afoot. And these are things that people said would happen under Donald Trump. Last time I checked, Donald Trump is not in office. We have the Russian and Ukrainian war, and then have Israel and Gaza. And Donald Trump is nowhere to be found near the White House. I'm so tired of people talking about Joe Biden's empathy. He leads with empathy. He cares so much. The people on the left get so upset with you when you talk about his age and what does his age have to do with it. I'll tell you what his age has to do with it, why that is a critique. Because he has antiquated beliefs and thoughts. In the way that he is supporting Israel in this conflict shows that his thought process is completely antiquated. And I hate to say this, will be the reason that he loses this election. And not because we have supporters that are, defect to the right. It's people that will be disillusioned and just want to sit at home. Like, I couldn't imagine I could imagine, because America has been complicit in a lot of things that have killed populations of people that look like me. And unfortunately, we're going to get to the point, this is going to be 2016 all over again. We can even see it with Hillary Clinton going on I forgot what late night show she was on. And the late night guy basically asked her, hey, what do you think about people getting upset that these are the two choices? And she basically just says, suck it up or get over it.
What do you say to voters who are upset that those are the two choices?
Get over yourself. Those are the two choices.
Yeah, love that.
Right?
Good.
Yeah, that really worked well for you. The basket of deplorables.
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
You see the same thing happening with Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, just essentially the old guard. And you can see that they're setting the scene to blame everyone but the Democratic establishment for losing this election. And I just want to let everybody know that it is not your fault if the Democrats lose. It is the Democrats' fault for not listening to their base and implementing policy. Now, I did say I'm going to close my nose while I vote for Biden. But again, it's more of just like it was in 2020, it's the same thing in 2024. I'm not voting for Biden, I'm voting against Trump. unfortunately. And it just really sucks that these are my options. Now, I give you guys a challenge to the blue MAGA that's probably watching this video and rolling their eyes at me. If you could give me one reason why I should be happy to vote for Biden without mentioning the Republicans or Trump, I'd be shocked. So with that challenge, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It's your boy Poe Theory. Peace.